Good morning, students. This video is for class 4 science, and today also we will continue with the same chapter, that is adaptation in animals. In the last class we have seen what are the adaptation that an animal takes or makes to survive in a terrestrial area, that means on land. Today we will study adaptation in aquatic plants. What are the changes what are the changes that you can see in aquatic plants so that they can aquatic animals so that they can survive in water. Let us see the adaptation. Aquatic animals are the animals that live in water. Fish, seahorse and octopus are some aquatic animals. So these are some aquatic animals which live in water. Let us see what are the changes, what are the features they possess so that they can survive in water. Number 1. Aquatic animals have a streamlined or spindle shaped body that help them to move through water easily. So suppose if you consider a fish, you see they have scales, these are scales, and they have fins also. They have fins. So the streamline means narrow in the front as well as narrow at the back. So this is streamline, which actually helps them, just because this is narrow, which helps them to move forward, swim forward without any resistance, without any blockage. Next, most of them have fins or limbs that help them to swim in water. So most of the aquatic animals, they have fins or limbs, means leg, so that they can move in water or swim in water. Aquatic birds like duck and geese have webbed feet which act as a paddles and help them to push water backward. So aquatic bird, like if you have seen duck or goose, they have webbed feet. What do you mean by webbed feet? The toes of the foot are joined. The toes of the foot are joined with very thin skin, so that they can push water backward and they can move forward, swim forward. Fish have gills to breathe inside water, but there are some exceptions like whales and dolphins which have lungs to breathe. So fish, we all know that fish have gills through which they breathe, but there are few exceptions. There are few other aquatic animals which do not breathe through gills, but they have lungs which help them to breathe. So these are the adaptations that are seen in aquatic animals so that they can survive, so that they can live in water. Now next is the adaptation, that means the changes in amphibians. The changes, the adaptation that you see in amphibians. Amphibians are animals that live both in land as well as water. So far we have seen the adaptation in the animals that live on land. So far we have seen the adaptation of the animals that live in water. Now we will see the adaptation, the changes in animals that live both in water as well as land. Frogs and toads are some example of amphibians. They have the following adaptation to live both on land and in water. So here are some of the adaptation. Let us see. Frog and toad have webbed feet that help them to swim or paddle. So like aquatic bird, they have webbed feet. That means the toes of amphibians are joined. They are joined by very thin skin, so that they can swim. Their back legs are stronger than their front leg and help them jump and move on land. So they have 4 limbs. The back leg, they are long and very strong, because while jumping they take the support, they put the pressure on the back leg and they jump forward. They have moist skin to breathe inside water and lungs to breathe on land. So they have both. Moist skin means skin that is wet in nature. So they have moist skin so that they can breathe when they are inside the water, and they have lungs when they are outside. When they are on the land, they can breathe using the lungs. Animals like turtles and have sails to protect themselves in case of any threat. So animals like turtle, you see, if you have seen a turtle either in the TV or in some show or in the zoo, you will see the upper covering of the turtle is very strong. It has a very hard shell, so that they can protect themselves. So these are the changes that you can see in the aquatic animal. Now let us see the adaptation in birds, aerial birds. aerial animal. Sorry, aerial animal. That means aerial means the animals that live on air. That means especially birds. Let us see what are the changes that you can see. Aerial animals are the animals that fly. Birds are the aerial animals. Their possesses, they have the following changes. Let us see what are the adaptation. They have hollow bones which make their body light. So you have studied in class 3 also that they have hollow bones. That means the bones is hollow from inside and it is filled with air. That is why the weight of the bird is very light, which makes them to fly easily. They have feathers on their body so that they can keep themselves warm. If you see the bird, they have feathers on it which help them to keep their body warm. They have streamlined body as aquatic animal. Streamlined, if you see bird, they are narrow in the front as well as at the back, which helps them to fly easily without any resistance. Their front limbs are modified as wings that help them to fly. That means they also have 4 limbs, 2 leg and the 4 limbs, that means the front limbs, that is modified, that is changed into wings which help them to fly. So I hope you have understood all the adaptation in animals like aquatic animals, amphibians and all. So children, please read this paragraph so that, and if you have any doubt, ask me in the online classes. So for today up to this much. Thank you class.